I left Canada for Florida 2 years ago. I'm going to tell you why it's better, and if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how I did it and how you can do it too. First thing, the healthcare is way better here. Yes, we do pay health insurance, but I'm able to get into a doctor quickly, get the tests I need, blood work, anything, you name it. It's quick and efficient here.
Really?
Number two is the food. There's so many amazing options, especially here in South Florida, and I've been able to find a lot more healthy alternatives at the grocery stores. Number three, this is a no-brainer, the weather. We were trying to escape the cold and snow in Canada and wanted to come to a southern state like Florida, Texas. California was completely out of the option because that is a political nightmare, almost as bad as Canada, maybe worse. So yeah, we settled in South Florida. The weather here is great. 90% of the year, it's sunny most days. We're outside a lot more. I've lost 60 pounds since moving to the US just because I'm outside. I'm walking everywhere. You don't have that seasonal depression like you do in Canada.
No.
Number four is the people. I know there's some misconceptions around Americans not being nice and Canadians being too nice, but that's not the case. Canadians are polite friendly. They're not socially friendly. Americans, they're socially friendly. We're finding it a lot easier here to make friends and meet new people. And lastly, our money goes a lot further here. Gas is cheaper, groceries are cheaper, housing is cheaper in most of the country. Not where we picked to live in South Florida, but this wasn't a financial decision for us. We just wanted to live in a nice area as we came from a nice area. And most important of all, taxes are cheaper here, guys.
Yes,
you forget in Canada that you don't just pay income tax, you pay carbon tax, you pay water tax, you pay sewer tax, you pay GST on everything you buy. So you're paying more than half your income in taxes in Canada. And a bonus is if you run your own business, there's a lot more ways you can expense and deduct to offset your income here in the US compared to Canada. And we were able to make this move by utilizing the E2 visa program. This is for business investors where you start your own business or buy an existing business. You need to spend $70,000 to $100,000, and I did this with Airbnb arbitrage. You could start small, build up your units, rent more units, furnish them, and then eventually when you meet that cap to 70.
Reacting to more people moving from around the world to Florida. I'm actually original not from here, but I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I've been loving it. So I'm going to react to more people moving here and what are their reasons and why do they like this place compared to other people. So I noticed that we have also a lot of people moving from up north. Personally, I came from up north over 8 years moving from up north to here. No more snow. Right now it's extremely cold, but I barely look. I'm hot. Let's watch more videos here.
If you're a Canadian who is looking to move to the US so you can have winters that look like this, then this is your sign. My husband and I are Canadian, and 1 year ago we moved to Florida, West Palm Beach, and bought a repair company, which we run right now out of the garage of our rental house and have all of our equipment in the backyard here. It is absolutely not as hard as you think it is. Anybody can do it. We were not business owners before. We didn't have any experience running business, and it is easier than you think using an E2 visa. So follow my journey for more tips.
Yeah, at least you know what they do. They're moving here from around the world to come and invest in the country, not to come and steal.
Good morning from Florida. Taking a little walk. It's very foggy today here.
Okay.
But a lot of people have been asking me about my moving expenses, so I figured while I was walking, I'm going to give you an overview of what that looked like. So the biggest expense was actually when I had to come down here and fly down, get a hotel, rent a car, and look at places. Now, I could have only done it once. I chose to do it twice, which I will tell you why in a minute. So that was like each time probably $1,000.
Why?
You know, between food and all of that.
How many
so I'm
kids?
Sure you could probably do it for less, but that was one of the biggest expenses. Now, the other thing I will tell you, the biggest tip I can give you is the reason why I only really had to come down once. Really didn't even have to come down the second time. I did so much research on beforehand. I'm talking like 20 hours plus. So you really want to figure out what it is that you're looking for. So I started looking at houses, and I just did it online. I did reach out to a couple of real estate agents, but found out pretty quickly no one really wants to work with someone that's renting. Not a real estate agent, because there's just no money there, and it's a lot of time on their part. And so I got that. And so I watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of TikTok videos like this one, and just researched as much as I could. Now, I had also been visiting Florida for years. So I tried the Gulf Coast, I tried Southwest, I tried a lot of different areas. And I ended up in Northeast for a lot of different reasons. But I think getting clear on what it is that you're looking for me, the number one thing was just weather, and I wanted to save some money. So that's why I ended up in the Northeast. I felt like I got the most for my money here. So that's my first tip. Okay, I had to readjust. So once I really narrowed down that I was like, okay, I decided on an apartment because I just did not want to deal with the house. And I wanted something brand new. There was a lot of different reasons. I got clear on that. Then I did a lot of online research. So you want to look at the reviews. Again, you want to make a list of what you want. For me, I had to be in a top corner. I wanted to share as few walls with people as I could, because it was the first time I was in an apartment for many, many years.
By the way, I did that also. But I will tell you this. The disposition of where your apartment will be, also the price matters. That's the only thing that you need to know. So if you want a balcony outside the view and everything, you will be charged for it. So it's probably the same unit, same price, but because you are outside, you are exposed to the views and everything, that also will be included in the charge. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. But for everybody who's looking, actually, this is literally, she made this video kind of like yesterday or something. One thing that I will tell you is a lot of you guys are looking for nicer apartments. You found out that when you're here, there's actually even cheaper place to be or to rent. So don't jump real quick for those luxurious apartment that are even cheaper than where you're coming from. But the thing is, you even find cheaper when you are on site. I experienced the same thing. Up north, I was paying more than $3,000 for just a one-bedroom apartment. But coming here, I paid $1,800 for my first apartment. I'm like, nah, that was great. But then I found out that you can even pay less than that, $800 less than that.
I wanted a really nice resort-style pool. I wanted a nice gym. I wanted it in a nice area. Like, there was a lot of things, so it helped me narrow down a lot. And before I got there, which is key because there's thousands of apartment buildings. Thousands. Obviously, budget is another one. And I would actually call these places too, because a lot of times you can get a vibe when you're calling. But reading the reviews do tell you a lot. It doesn't tell you everything. So I narrowed it down, I think, to like 10 or 12 places that I was going to look at when I came down. And actually, the first place I looked at, I knew it was going to be the place. It had everything, like 95% of everything that I wanted. So,
and most of the time is the most expensive, I promise you. But then you found out that there's so more places, like there's so many places that even offer better, even closer to things that like the mall or something like that, or the closer to the 295s, like the bigger road and everything. So, but it's just an experience, okay? First, you experience that. It's normal. You need to be used to the place, and you discover after a year of rent, so you will find another place. It's an experience. But I just don't want you guys to jump in the nicer and better, thinking that it's cheaper than where you're coming from. No, maybe that's more expensive here. You can actually find even way better. So you need to be connected.
a lot easier because I really could have only come down one time and would have been fine. Now I came down a second time because I had an overlap with my place in Jersey and place in Florida, which I also recommend if you can do it because it just helps with the move streamline a little bit better. And so I came down, got the keys, and shopped a little bit, got a few things that I needed because I was also bringing my cat down. And I wanted him to be a little bit set up when I got here, but that was completely like extra and unnecessary. I didn't have to do that. So that's number one. So the biggest moving expense was traveling down here and looking at places. The second one was definitely the cars. So the fact that I had the car shipped, they were $1,000 each. I had 2 cars, my son's car too, but that was separate. That's his expense. So really just for me, it was $1,000. That was the second biggest expense. And then traveling down here again, just to move, wasn't as expensive because all I needed was a flight, and I did rent a car until my car got shipped down here. And then I would say now the biggest expense is, because I sold everything, is rebuying everything. So I didn't do the exact numbers, but I made a good amount of money.
Okay, it's not about money, man. What I did, I'm glad that at that time I had my TRD for 2022 second generation, perfect car. I told everything, and everything was just in the bag. Hey, let go. The only biggest expense in my travels was to rent the U-Haul. I think that was a 12 by 6 or whatever, 12 by 6 something. I put pretty much everything. It was even bigger than what I expected. I only put a few things. Some of them are just giveaway and all that stuff. I didn't want to drop. When you move, you discover that you don't actually need everything. You just want to, like a new start, the bed frame and all the TVs and all my equipment and everything, just simple stuff so you can start from kind of like zero. And it was just perfect. I mean, man, $1,000, you could even just call me. I would take that $1,000. It's only like 17 hours. I did that. What? 1,000?
Facebook Marketplace selling items. So my suggestion to you is have a better budget than I did when it's time to buy items. I didn't really I'm not the best with budgets, but having a budget's going to help you so much. And I really wanted more new stuff, but you can buy stuff on Marketplace. You can do it definitely more affordably. And I'm just doing the basics. I'm not decorating my place right now. I'm just getting, I got the bed and the sofa and the cookware, things I need to live. And I just know, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's going to take me longer to get my place set up because I'm kind of starting over, which was fine for me, but that's something to think about too. So all in all, I would have to say maybe it was to get my apartment set up and all the trips back and forth, maybe 5,000 or 6,000. I'm thinking, I don't know. I didn't do exact, but it's going to cost you some money for sure.
You guys decided to fly. Okay, that's crazy. All right.
Money. And, but for me, I already feel the payoff. I just love being able, it's January and I'm walking around with my coffee, even though it's foggy, it's a little bit damp and stuff today. It's there's no amount of money now looking back that I probably would pay just to be able to do this. So hope that helps.
Yes, you are 100% correct. So her name is Blanche and Company on TikTok. If you guys want more detail, I don't know what the detail that she can offer. Hey, she said her information will be in the description down below. So as for me, I will tell you this. The easiest move was that move, okay? I did so many moves in my life, but that one was easier. Every day I drive around, I go to Miami, I go here, whatever. Last 2 days ago, I think 3 days ago, I was at, where was I? Palm Coast, visiting and all that stuff, just multiple places, Tampa, recently, yesterday, whatever. It's just an amazing move. I mean, the weather itself just make you feel like you've already accomplished so much because, like I said, the seasonal depression up north is real. I lived in the state of Maine for over 5 years. It's real. I was trying to escape Maine to go to Boston pretty much every weekend, but it didn't work out because it's still literally the same weather. And the traveling 2 hours was like 5 hours because of the weather and just, I don't know, so many things going on. And anytime I was going back from Boston to Portland, I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm coming in this dark place. Why? It's not because of people. It just community is so small and everything is just, you know, like confined, but really great people. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just, you know, the environment wasn't making a lot of money, yes, but man, money doesn't buy, you know what I mean, that feeling of, ooh, this is deep. You guys just had like a blizzard up north, but here it's, you know, we have a good weather. So I'm going to watch more videos. I think this is very interesting, and the reason is I'm trying to transition my content from politics to just social, because soon I'll be going outside and talk to business owners and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do, because we have the weather for it, and I know a lot of people as for my business, you know, I need to be in contact more with business owners, and I have already people that I manage with their YouTube channels and everything, but it's just an experience that I want to share with you guys. So the reason that I started this channel as a political thing, because it was affecting me, you know, the fact that my taxes is going, because I just flew. I decided to move from up north to here because of the taxes, the cost of living. But when I noticed that even here, I was also affected, and noticing that where my money is going, you know, it's going to the Somali stuff and all that stuff. I was like confused, and I'm like, no, I need to create a platform where we'll talk about it. But now I don't feel the need to, because everybody here is literally, people are now worrying about that, you know what I mean? So she's happy to be here. We will watch more videos of people being just happy to move down here. So going in person, maybe 2 videos just live, going in, talking to business owners to test their food or whatever that business they're running, to, you know, have conversations, interviews and things in that nature. So we are going to run this business and make it great, and to offer the best experience that you guys can have. Politics is great, it affects me, but we're not going to tackle that too much, because so many things goes into politics and it will never end. I know it's a great topic, but it's not me. I'm used to this. I'm a videographer and photographer at the same time. I do commercials and all that stuff, so that's me. That's what I can only give you what I have. So the reason I'm doing this. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I have more video to come. A lot of great stuff coming. You know, we'll start going crazy, and my thing is consistency. Since I started, man, I've been posting every single day, and maybe you guys can have 2 videos a day, I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below, and see you in the next one. Let's go.